Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayowealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
Send me home on a one-way flight. I'm coming back for good this time to the place where I
Recapping our trip to Nashville for CRS Country Radio Seminar, had the great opportunity to sit down with some icons of music, and not just country music. Got to meet John Oates from Hall & Oates. He was there. Luke Combs was there. Jelly Roll was there, and had the opportunity to sit down with Scotty Hastings. Tell me a little bit about this guy, George.
Unbelievable. This is what makes this country the greatest country in the world. He is a decorated Army veteran. In 2011, Mark, he was shot 10 times defending our rights and freedoms. And he came home and he was in bad shape. We have so many veterans that come back with PTSD, and they get a rescue dog, a dog to help with those emotions. Unfortunately, some of our veterans don't get the services they need, and they go to other avenues to get rid of the demons they see. But Scotty teach himself how to play guitar. He is right-handed, and his right hand is just destroyed. So he had to become left-handed and taught himself how to do this. It is absolutely priceless. The vibe, the aura around him. And he was just such a pleasure to really speak with and have a chance to talk to a little bit.
He may not be a household name yet, but in the industry, especially for our servicemen and women, he plays concerts all over the country. Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump,
Grand Ole Opry,
invited him to play at the Grand Ole Opry. So want you to hear this conversation this weekend with George Politarhos and an Army infantryman. He's a Purple Heart recipient. Now he's a rising country music star. Here's George and Scotty Hastings.
Hey, Scotty, thank you so much for coming and sitting with us today here at Nashville. Why are you here? What brought you to this point to come become a music star?
I don't know if I ever wanted to be a music star. No, music is therapy for me. It's always been therapy, and it's my happy place, and it's where I find an escape and a release from all the PTSD, depression, anxiety that I deal with on a daily basis. And I somehow it has grown wings, and now here I am, and I have a career and a platform where I can try to help people that are struggling find something like I was able to. I don't know how any of this actually happened. It just kind of did. I don't know. I say it all the time that I'm just on, an amazing ride, and I'm holding on for dear life and trying to enjoy every moment that comes as I can.
You were talking about your ex-military, which
Yes.
is fantastic. Thank you so much. You started playing guitar. Is that your idle hands as work of the devil? This was the way you worked with getting through the trauma your body went through in your body, in your mind?
Yeah, 100%. Learning how to play the guitar was my escape. It was my ability. It was the only thing when COVID hit, it was the only thing that I could do, that I could truly focus on. The problem with PTSD is that when it's quiet is when the demons knock the loudest. And I needed something to focus on. I needed something to get out of my head, and guitar was it. And guitar's hard. So it was challenging enough to make me really truly focus all day, every day, really.
It's amazing how you swung from being a soldier and a hero to being a different type of hero for people. And you're on stage now with some of the big artists out there. You're just with Jelly Roll recently, I guess, on stage and tour. What have you learned from them about the business you're in now and how to keep going?
I am incredibly blessed. I've been able to open for Jelly Roll, Brice, who's one of my favorite artists of all time, one of the greatest people I've ever met, Craig Morgan. The most incredible part of all of them is, talking to them, is that they're just people, man. These guys that sing these songs that we've heard forever and that we like. There's like Garth Brooks. I was able to meet Garth Brooks. His music was the soundtrack of my childhood. And I was able to meet him, and it was like you're just meeting your uncle. Like you're just hanging out and seeing your uncle. Like it's just amazing to see how much these guys, they're just guys, man. And they're just humble, and they just love what they do, and they love the people that they get to interact with. But my favorite part of opening for them is to stand side stage after I open and just watch their show and watch how they do it, and watch there's something incredible about someone who has been doing something for so long, but they still love it, and watch them do it. It's unbelievable.
5 years ago, I don't think you pictured yourself, or 10 years ago, I don't think you saw yourself being here. Where do you think you find yourself in 5 or 10 years down the road still?
Oh God, man. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. Man, 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I'd be here, I'd be making music, putting music out, I would have laughed at you. Like, there's not a chance. With my music, I don't care about being famous. I don't care about making money. All I want to do is I want my songs to touch someone and for it to help somebody. Music changed my life, and I want to try to be that for somebody. And because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's what we're here to do, is to take care of people. And as an artist, it's even more important. We have platforms where we can actually do some good. And 5 to 10 years down the road, honestly, I don't care where I'm at. I just want to be able to help as many people along the way as I can.
I listened to your new album. Red, White, and Blue is a great song.
Oh, thank you.
It meant so much. And I know it's cliche, but we're really grateful for everything you did for our country. Thank you so much, and be careful. God bless.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Great job, George.
Thank you.
And not to blow smoke up your backside as well, but you gotta understand, George Politarhos, your financial advisor. You don't do these a lot. And you sat down super comfortable, and you did a really good job. And that's just one of the many interviews that we collected over the weekend in Nashville up at CRS. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be sprinkling these in throughout Family First Retirement Radio Show. And we invite you to follow along online. Jared does a great job posting the pictures and the interviews and the moments that George had, some of these great experiences from CRS. So Portrayal Wealth on social media, or of course, online at portrayalwealth.com. Insurance and annuities offered through George A. Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.